Alright, let's go. Alright. Good evening. For some further attempts at getting through the game without wasting too much time. I think for the Trident specifically. Where was it? Was it in gameplay? Yeah, I'm gonna remove the hold to attack. Because I kind of want to use the charge further. And the charge runs until you actually hit the attack button again. It looks so stupid, not gonna lie. I do wonder whether you can beat bosses with, whether you can beat bosses with just the force. You can beat the small rats with just the force, but that's not really saying a whole lot. Though, to be fair, it's not a whole lot, but it does deal damage, and so yes, you can beat the bosses before anybody answers. You have something that deals damage, you can beat everything in the game with it. You're just probably gonna take a while. Honestly, I should keep the fire grenade, it at least scares on brutality. I still don't quite know if whether or not the Trident hits during the charge count as critical hits each. I don't think they do, because I was basing it on the sound that comes when you do a crit. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure, like, visibly there's not that many damage numbers. So the sound, I think, is a bit misleading there, which is unfortunate. However, I did have an idea. And the idea is called... Oh. The idea is called combo. Oh wait, I don't have the force anymore. So there's a mutation, the combo, which exclusively just increases your damage for every hit you do. And I feel like that could be good with the Trident. Now, I'm frankly expecting that I'll just fall off a ledge and die somewhere. As I'm prone to do with the Trident. Also, is that everything? Oh yeah, there's the Arboretum. Arboretum is where I wanted to go anyway. No cursed sword for me. That's the toxic sewers. Wait, where's the Arboretum? Over here. So, I'm gonna try and not die with the Trident in the first, like, 3 areas. Which is probably gonna be a problem. Also, no challenge rift, unfortunately. At least I didn't see any. Also, it is extremely cold right now outside. Okay, it's not extremely cold, but it is uncharacteristically cold for my area. Like, we had negative like 7 degrees earlier. And then I went to go grocery shopping with my mother. Yeah, damned vigor. I feel like the recovery could also be good with this. Because you do be hitting a lot. And the first hit should be good against flying enemies specifically. Since it has quite a lot of like horizontal area. I also have a feeling that I will not run out of money today. Okay, then there's a shop. Which I'll probably not use, except for maybe a stun grenade of some kind. Okay, come on, I parry that. Infected, food infected Malaise, I forgot to read again. Currently, the charge isn't really coming into play all that much, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm gonna keep my money. And hope I just find an upgrade somewhere. That hitbox there was kinda weird. Whoop. I hate that they just hide. Ooh, that Elphic. Imalistia has increased again. Yeah, sell those. That is active. I don't even know what those enemies do because I never fight them. Ow. Okay, that mushroom needs to die. ASAP. Should have watched more for the Malays there. Oh well, it happens. 20. That's the 4th column. Let's see what we get. It's a fucking Misericorde. That looks like a brutality build. Well, so much for that. Looks like I had die build. 7, that's the 2nd column. It's the Gold Digger. Or a Hokuto's bow. Right. Issue with the Hokuto's bow I currently see is that I generally will not have a secondary weapon to apply some kind of dot or anything. The fuck is this? I've never seen this weapon before. I've never seen this weapon before, so I'm gonna bring it along. It's just a single time exception. Because is this new? Is this like is it like a BC5 weapon? I've never seen this thing. Also, while it is ranged, it does feel like it could be a survival weapon. Because it kind of scales off with your max health. Also, can't hold to attack back on. Okay, currently I basically only have a one-hit combo with it. And the less health I have... Well, no, it's stupid. The more hits it gets in the combo. I've never seen that before. Get me the Hunter Grenade. Okay, so there we have Castlevania. I will once again, this today is Morass of the Banished. And thankfully having a weapon that scales off of survival, even though it's a legendary, it scales off of survival because of that. Also, it sets the ground on fire. Victims burn when they die. Substitutes the first target, colorless the highest. Grants overshield when this weapon deals critical damage. What is overshield? Is it temp HP? Oh. I now have 4 hits in my combo. And it also appears to get faster. Or maybe that's just because the combo doesn't have to restart. That could be the case. Don't forget to sell that amulet or bring it along. I'm gonna go for full survival. Okay, down. It is temp HP. For how long? Not that long. Probably like 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, so that's the Arboretum, and here's the Promenade, I believe. Yep. Arboretum, then. Unfortunately, again, no challenge rift. But I think we should be fine. We'll see. It's fucking cursed, of course it is. Damn bigger, let's go. Also, sorry, I'm just snacking on tomatoes. Some like small tomatoes. When we went grocery shopping last week, I completely forgot to bring tomatoes along, so I couldn't eat them for a week. Which is absolutely sucks because I kind of just snack on them whenever I have a small like appetite. I kind of like this weapon. It's kind of stylish. Also, it appears you get 1 additional projectile for every 10% missing health, if I see that correctly. Because currently I'm missing the 80% and the 90%. But it does appear to be kind of strong. No. I have already betrayed my principles once today. Not gonna do that again. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna have to leave for a second. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm lacking 60% health. So yeah, it is 1 extra projectile per missing 10% health. I honestly seen this thing the first time today. I didn't even know it existed. I don't think I ever found a blueprint for that, so can you tell me, is this just like a BC5 drop? Or is it just extremely rare to just drop it? Also, am I correct in the assumption... Am I correct in the assumption that it is normally a tactics/survival weapon? Huh. Like I just randomly dropped it from some dude. I'd very much so assume survival. Considering the health theme. I do appreciate that it is basically just a ranged survival weapon. Survival ranged. And I assume it's tactics because it's a ranged weapon, and most ranged weapons are tactics in some degree. Also, I overlooked that door with the treasure back there. It apparently also really good stagger. Apparently also really good at staggering enemies. But yeah, I can see what you mean. The extra health you get, the bonus health, the temp health, you kind of, if you can just stack that, you kind of don't need to heal. And the range is also not bad. Also, okay, here's the ramparts. Not where I want to go. There's an emergency door. How long does the temporary HP last? Do you know that? Feels like about 5 seconds. Grab that treasure now. And then go to the left. Dude just been materialized in a flower. Got eaten. Lovely stuff. Yeah, feels like it's about 5 seconds. Weapons I do not need. I still need kind of like a stun grenade. Well, I once again forgot to read. How did I not take damage from that? What? I kind of just absolutely love this weapon. It also feels kind of neat to use. And it's a sensor. Sensors are some of my favorite stupid weapons. The tonic, yeah. Also, no worries about not chatting. Just being here is good enough. Also, I am cursed and I don't like it. Right, networking makes sense. Tonic makes sense. Yeah, that does sound good. I was thinking of recovery. And... not recovery. Wait, where do I go? Alright, I wanted to teleport to the exit, to the prison. What have I been thinking about? I've been thinking about soldier's assistance. Recovery, and what was the last one? No, not recovery, that was for something else. That was for the misery court, was it? I forgot. Ah, whatever. Oh. Didn't even notice I managed to do that. Definitely going survival maximum. Oh. Take the networking right now. Oh, that's what you mean. Mm-hmm. I think I'm still gonna go with the Soldier's Resistance for now. Just for more max health. So always take what is the most health. Okay. That also does make sense if you go for the tanking thing. And there we have a really nice weapon, and I can't use it. Well, it sucks. Well, how am I still alive? What? I put my controller down after I got hit the second time because I thought I'm dead, but somehow I wasn't dead, and I don't know why. Also, where'd my tomato go? How do you get over there? Oh well. So that fun weapon is unfortunately gone. What do we draw? 5, that's the first column. I'm gonna try the Twin Blades, even though they're not really my favorite. That was very weird. Like, I didn't kill anything, so... Well, would the bonus health do that? You'd probably have to kind of like data monitor. Also, are those faster than usual? They feel faster than usual. Oh, that's what you mean. So, because I had the health, the bonus health, it didn't count as dying when they hit me. That's still a bit weird, because it specifically states that there's nothing that can prevent it. Like, Dan Vigor specifically states that there's nothing that can prevent the death if you get hit again. So, it would still be not correct as per wording. To be fair though, that is kind of to be expected, since the first company kind of handed over the game for some of the DLCs. So there's gonna be some loopholes. I'm gonna have to check what those are. I assume vampirism is something you get from Dracula. Which reminds me, I should probably fight Dracula at some point. He probably does have some mutations or stuff that I could grab. Okay, Promenade of the Condemned. However, I want to go to the Arboretum, which is probably to the left. Disengagement, I'll have to check what that is. Like, I'm not really good with names for mutations. I kind of forget what they are. More associating them with the image. Okay, so here's the Arboretum, as I guessed. However, first, I want to get the Hunter Grenade, which is probably down. Yeah, this is just a shield. It shouldn't be down. It's there to the right. Okay, that's kind of neat. Does it have an internal cooldown? I assume it has an internal cooldown. Because if you could just permanently proc that, it would be probably too stupid. That's kinda neat, yeah. Alright, Arboretum again. Once per biome. Okay, yeah. That is even worse than an internal cooldown. It kind of, yeah. But it makes sense because it is kind of strong. Alright, get me the damned vigor again. I think I'm gonna go to the mausoleum. I think, yeah, mausoleum probably. Not again. I think I'll actually go there and then to the Undying Shores after the morass. Well, an upgrade I can actually take. Incredible. Attacking directly after a parry inflicts more damage. You could at least like have the integrity to hit me. I need a stun grenade. Can you provide a stun grenade at an affordable price? No, you can't. Though the wolf trap could also trigger 7-4. I think I'll just hope to find something else. I'm still kind of wondering how you can parry a bell, but I'll take it. Okay, so down there is a teleport rune, which holy shit, they hit for a lot. Stupid mushroom. So yeah, that was just an item. Further to the left. God damn it. Maybe we should look at the map more. You can parry them, but it only damages the hit me with a rock. Only damages the small mushroom. Does not actually count as a projectile, apparently. Absolutely hate that I have to do that. I'm surprised I survived that. Alright. Let's see what kind of elite you are. This type. Enemies hit you free. Yeah, sure. The twin dagger kind of hits a lot faster than I have it in than I remember. Okay, so the ramparts are here, meaning that the prison is probably down there. Also, nearly overlooked that scroll piece. Yeah, prison depths. Perfect. So to the right I go. Make sure I don't miss anything. Brutality, but I doubt I'll upgrade either case. Yeah, he's not even offering the items. I don't even know what enemy this was, because he died before I could see it. Well, it was lucky. Does the shield... Can you tell me something? Because my shield does not freeze enemies, but the enemy just now got frozen. Because I parried them, even though, is that because of the amulet for enemies that hit you? No. The croissant, sell it. Le croissant is not worth the malaise. La baguette, maybe. But not le croissant. Ow. Holy shit. Those mushrooms hit like a truck. I have enemies that hit you freeze. But that's the only thing. And also there was no other victim. He froze after I parried him. But I thought it was only if it's damage. If they deal actual damage. Though to be fair, you kind of need to be hit to parry. Like, there was again a parry and it froze him. So, I don't know, maybe. Dodging, plants a bomb, damage to... Sure. This guy... Okay, he was in fire. Maybe that's why he didn't freeze. I need me some enemies. There are some over here. Alright. Thank you, crit. I mean, I'll say it again. But there were two different companies employed in the making of this game, so it could very well be that there are some weird bugs. Okay, morass. However, there is a treasure room I haven't visited. I should probably go do that. Over here. Right. I wouldn't even know if you can have a buggy version on Steam. Like, it verifies before you download. What's down there? Eh, not worth it. Alright, then prison depths. Let's see if I die again. It's possible. What do I take? You know what? Give me a tainted flask. Like, again, technically they have to hit you so you can parry them. That could actually work. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there later, please. Because the curse will kill me. But I will go in there. Later. Why did he hit me? There was a decoy. Well, to be fair, it is when enemies that hit you, not enemies that not when you take damage. Also, dice. 17. That's the third column. Oh, that's the greed sword. So it basically reads the whenever you kill an enemy, you deal additional damage. You crit. crits for 3 seconds after you kill an enemy. I think I'm actually just gonna... You know what? I'm just gonna play with this thing. This freezes victims freeze nearby enemies. I kinda wanted to get better with this weapon anyway. So it's probably gonna take me a while. These guys appear to be very susceptible to its effects, though. Any enemy that just stands still for a while. If I find a stun grenade, that would be amazing for this thing, I'm pretty sure. I'm still not sure how I feel about this weapon. Would be better if you could just call it back. If you could just call it back manually, I mean. Or when they, or if they are behind, next to a wall. Yeah, but the ammo mutations don't apply to this weapon, if I recall correctly. Oh no, wait, they do? Oh, it was the glaive and the boomerang where ammo mutations don't apply, wasn't it? In that case, I could actually get the ammo mutation. Ooh. Yeah, that I'll take. Which is doubly weird because I'm pretty sure they... Aren't they from the same... No, they're not. The cross is from Castlevania, the glaive is from some cyberpunk thing. Wait, the boomerang works? I'm pretty sure the boomerang also says ammo mutation doesn't work and it just gives +1 on legendary. +1 ammo on legendary. Pretty sure, doesn't it? I'm gonna have to look. Anyway. So with this thing, I'll probably take the ammo mutation. Promenade. So we're probably going to the right here. I should maybe eat the chicken. Huh. I thought it said no. Well, if I see it, I'll look. Otherwise, I'll just believe you, because up till now you've been correct. Alright, Arboretum, not cursed this time. So I could take the ammo mutation for additional glaives, crosses. Or I start with the damned vigor again. I think I'll actually take the ammo mutation. I mean, now we have 2 crosses. And the hold to attack for the crosses apparently is so quick that it is basically instant. Yeah, if the enemy is at the correct distance, you kind of just wreck them. Anything down here? No. But keeping the enemy the correct distance is a bit difficult. Oh, birds could be a problem though, no? Because I'm pretty... You know what? I have a barnacle for these. Because the cross only flies straight forward, if I recall correctly. Okay, further to the right then. Grab this. Whatever it is. Ow. I forgot this guy also kind of hits like a truck. Is there actually, can you tell me, is there any mutation for tactics that gives you some kind of healing? And have I just overlooked that? Shop. Throwable objects would probably... I should have checked. There was a boomerang I could have checked. I forgot. Okay, not exactly what I meant, but I guess I'll take it. Ow. I'm gonna have a sip then. And you, mushroom, are going to die. I'd like a stun grenade. Perfect. Yeah, not incorrect, I guess. Though it does have some damage reduction with its... With the, take less damage when you're close to a deployable. Alright, ramparts. So the... prison should be down here. He jumped into that. I like it, thank you. This is not the prison, is it? No. I mean, that's the case for every game. Long as you can't die in the next hit, you're fine. There was a game that was like, tutorial, hit your enemies until they die, don't get hit until you die. Which was the entire tutorial or something, was something like that. Which, very accurate, not that helpful. Oh. But yeah, health is a resource, so it's fine. Nope to vampirism. And... Really? That I didn't know. To be fair, I don't think I've ever gotten to 30 scrolls. But even survival at like 20 scrolls, you get 2% more health. That doesn't really help in most cases. To be fair, 2% of like 7,000 health is still a lot. But, well, not in the economy of the game. Alright, one more. Not too difficult. I'd keep the reveals invisible enemies. I'm surprised I got the 60 kills with this weapon. Wait, full tactic is 40k? Which is weird, because it really feels like most people in 40k don't really have tactics. Oh no, you mean for survivalists 40k, okay. I misread. Watermelon. The cross has a very weird hitbox, like, not gonna lie. But to be fair, I'm pretty sure the best for health is just take whatever is the most at the point. So the question, what is more health, is kind of moot. I kind of maybe just need to use the weapon more. There's a Minotaur scroll, I should probably grab that. How did I miss that? And then down there is also the prison, I can already see it. I mean, I would never go full on something, I'm pretty sure. Like, I feel like after like 20 or 25 scrolls, you're kinda maxed out anyway. For that specific skill. There's also a lot of souls I got here. $32. Huh. Okay. Get me the damned vigor. Interesting. Like, I haven't seen the final boss, so I'm gonna trust you on that. Okay. I thought you meant the one behind Hand of the King. I'm really lucky that these guys are very easy to trick. Alright, curse lifted. Unfortunately, the curse will come back. Well, that fucking sucks. The fact that the cross can miss enemies that are basically directly in front of you is kind of weird. But it's kind of fun. Like, the weapon, I still don't think the weapon is great, but it's at least kind of fun. I thought he would change direction. Knockback shield will place them at crit range. Wait, which is the knockback shield? There's a knockback shield? I feel like with the stun grenade it's really good. Also, he cannot block those, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh, do you mean the assault shield? Oh, Wave of Denial does. Wave of Denial throws them back exactly far enough. That's kinda neat. That's also kinda good to know. That is very much possible. That I don't have that shield. That is in fact very much probably even. But yeah, if you have two of them, they actually kind of slap. There's not really an upgrade to anything I have. Is this Morass? No, this is Ancient Sewers. Right. Ossuary? Morass. I'll consider this a success if I get the blueprint I want. And make it out. What do I take as last? Yeah, we don't really have projectiles. This, I assume, is only the initial hit and not all of the hits. You know what? Fuck it. Bomb. Absolutely trivialized by stun grenade. You die. You blueprint. The fuck? Why is it a normal green one? Smoke bomb. Yeah, I assume oh, so they cannot ever spawn as elites, huh? I assumed it was based on the fact that the other enemies I've seen that turned into the green ones, all didn't have an attack. Like, all other enemies I've seen that turned into the green ones didn't have their own, like, innate attack. So I thought it's maybe related to that. And they have an attack, so I assumed... Oh, well. Well, learned something new once again. Can't even fucking kill the biters in a single hit. Okay, if I see that correctly, the parting gift doesn't actually do a whole lot, because most enemies just die to this thing when they're anywhere close to it. That one was infected. Wait, a box laser elite variant that would jump around and move around. Oh! The box is the one, Yeah, you know, that makes sense. I don't have money. Why do I refresh? I don't have money. Actually, let me refresh anyway. This could be good. The magnet mine could be good. Use the teleport. Oh, he died. Alright, more tactics. Anyway, now that I have the smoke bomb, of which I do not yet know what it does, I will attempt to get back to the not the collector. To hand in this blueprint. And I will kill the second tick because it's absolutely no challenge. The tick being absolutely invalidated by a single item is never not funny to me. Brutality, probably. Yes. Yeah, you kind of just need to learn where the sweet spot is for that weapon. Or keep the enemies next to walls, that also works. Okay, question. Do parries count as melee attacks? Okay, so here's the boss. This is the first time I see the boss actually behind both. Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, this weapon does crit rather often, doesn't it? I would love a legendary version of the stun grenade to go with this. Right, here is some more on the top left. Grab this. Cursed chest is gonna be a no. Parries do count as melee. If you return a projectile attack with a shield, like from the dart gunners, for example, does that count as a ranged attack for purposes of the networking and such? Or networking, the departing gift and such? This is for a different... No, is this... This is a treasure room. Okay. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and... How much money do I have? I think... Does not count. Yeah, that is sad. Alright, nest. Let's see. Oh, I thought I did that. No, I apparently only got to 30. Is the cow smoke making you invisible for 8 seconds. The first invisible attack inflicts plus 170 damage. You know what? I'll take it. Like, I have a slot open anyway. It has a little bit of a wind-up. Get me... I feel like the damned vigor at this point is not gonna be that useful, so... Ammo again, and... No, actually... Ooh, that's kinda neat. Yeah, you know what? Keep the damned vigor. Why not? Hello! And good evening. Oh, good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever it is. Alright, Mom attack. Absolutely hate this face. Against big bosses like that, it feels like this weapon is really good. Unfortunately, once again, not flawless. Though I'm pretty sure it is the only boss where that doesn't move. And for stuff like the Timekeeper, it's probably not great. Now, where do I go? Fractured Shrines. Wait, is this what many good in Fractured Shrines? Probably not, but whatever. How the fuck did I miss that? Oh, so this is the food shop, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just gonna buy some chicken. Okay, it's kind of neat against those enemies because they literally cannot move. Treasure. There is always, I believe, two elite. No, one legendary is, I think, guaranteed. If I recall correctly. Also, I definitely need to catch them here. Because there are no walls and they will just fly off into nowhere. There's a skill that holds enemies in place. Like root grenade? Or stun grenade? Well, the stun grenade doesn't work on her that well, if I recall correctly. I don't know if the root keeps him in place. Or like the wolf trap. There's a lot of skills that have root. We just stunlock them. The wolf trap, if I recall correctly, that's one of the skills that is just available from the get-go. The laser glaive. The laser glaive has definitely ammo mutation, doesn't apply to this item. Here we can read it. Torch. Take the scavenged bombard. Tips for 2BC. Like, what did I do for 2BC? I kinda just got carried by the leg hugger. Like, I don't know if that is possible for everybody, but the leg hugger kind of carried me through that. Because I got a legendary of it. I'm gonna need better ground here. I don't know, I never turned on the access mode. Yeah, that is probably good tips. I kinda relied on the necromancy as well at that level. But parrying is definitely gonna be your biggest friend. Also, I'd recommend just using weapons that you using different weapons and not just limit yourself to some. I limited myself to some, and it was not a good idea for a long while. Alright, that is probably enough money soon to buy another flask charge. What? So that does not count as a projectile to be returned. My malaise here has increased once again, unfortunately. Ow. A bone or a guy? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand that. I'll take that. Also, yeah, just grab some mutations you like. Play with those. That one's probably important. Also, unlock stuff. I didn't unlock stuff for a long while, and it's kind of missing a lot of stuff. I can go and buy the flask charge if I find like 3,000 more. I could also get the additional, like, small heal. I'm nearly there. Do I have enough? Yes. Okay. That means I'm gonna teleport back to the food shop. Oh no, fuck, nope. Oh, that was very unlucky. I didn't want to heal because I thought I could buy food. Also, next enemy. Mirror, show me. That is very far away. Roll. 11. That's a ton fast. However, I think I'm gonna take the comb in. I think what I'm gonna do, because I want to go to the end, the end game here. I'm just gonna play a normal one. I can keep that for later. Up you go. Up you go. Okay, the ceiling is too low. Oh. The comb is kind of stupid. I love it. There are some weapons where I definitely just started and was like, yeah, I don't like that. I'm just gonna... Where I just went, I don't like it because I didn't like the set from the get-go. But that I learned to appreciate when I actually used them for longer than until the next weapon I could drop. And the comb is one of them, as is the scissors. Oh wait, I forgot you do that. Oh, another comb. It's high level. At first I was like, it's a weird weapon. Like, no question about it. It's a weird weapon. But there are a lot of weapons that I, at the start, didn't like, but after I kind of now forced me to use it, they grew on me. At least a little bit. And yeah, the comb is one of them. Also, Challenge Rift. I'm probably gonna need to use the Assault Shield because I don't get the parries with that, but I saw you play with it and basically didn't not use it as a parry weapon, but as a like ram, as like a battering ram. And I kind of need to try that. Teleports behind you. Well, in this case I will switch weapons because I want to get to the servants. And I have a feeling that is a lot easier if I actually take what I'm familiar and comfortable with. Promenade. Arboretum. Which way do I want to go? I think I'm gonna go promenade. No, wait, I want to get to the servant, so I cannot fight. I cannot get the keys aren't relevant. I was thinking of getting the garden keys, but they're not really relevant. So... what else? Also, I'm not going to take the hunter grenade in this one, because I don't want... because the blueprint this time is so far back that the hunter grenade will not help me. I'll check that... yeah, I saw that. You just... if I saw that correctly, the push also kind of staggers enemies. Which I didn't know. I'd like... either the cudgel... where is... oh yeah, the promenade is over there. Get me that heal. I'd like either the cudgel or the frontline shield. I think those are the two options I would want to go with here. Actually, you know what? I think I'd actually rather go to the toxic sewers and to the corrupted prison. Because if I recall correctly, the corrupted prison doesn't have the invisible guys. And I do prefer that over the prison depths. I'm still gonna take the damned vigor. So the first enemy I need, if I get to the servants, the first one I need to kill is the Tonfa one, the wannabe Illidan, because everything the other two, I still can get weapons from. Also, does the comb just guarantee crits on the birds because they're always in the air? God damn it. Apparently. I mean the flying enemies. Those are always in the air, so I guess they're always getting crit by the comb. They should not have gotten that. Should not have gotten hit much. Okay, the comb does not stagger the scorpion in a single hit. That is the only weapon I've seen until now that does not stagger the scorpion in a single hit. Nope. Grapple hook. I don't think I have the grapple hook, but I can imagine you get them from the anchor throwers. Fuck, where do I go? I hate this labyrinth. Not actually labyrinth, maze. You know what? Take it. Sell that. I may need to take a sip soon. Oh wait, no, there's the bag. Okay. 50% is worth the malaise, I guess. Question. Does the 50% health food increase the malaise more than the 15%? But yeah, those... Oh, he also has a phaser. Not the enemy that I wanted to get behind. So it doesn't actually make a difference which one you take. It's good to know. I thought that the malaise is fixed that you get, but in that case I'll have to overthink how I'm eating, basically. That is a no. So the 15 is actually more worth healing based on the malaise you get, because 3 tiers would be 45%. No, wait. It's less worth. It's worth less. Why did it take so well though? Right, that I believe... Is that an exit? No. Yeah, it's 3 for 45 or 3 for 50. How much does the flask reduce malaise? Because I've noticed that it does, but I haven't checked to see how much. Nope. Five tiers, that's not bad. Oh, frontline shield, perfect. That's actually kind of exactly what I wanted. Because if I recall correctly, yes. 50% extra damage after a parry. Okay, ramparts. However, corrupted prison should be... It is down here. Perfect. I should have checked if I had the entire map unlocked. So that could have been a mistake. What did I want? Vengeance. Even the stones are infected. Gotcha. No. Okay, you are getting annoying. Holy shit. Why did he fly so high? What the fuck? I forgot they have this thing here. Okay, you die. Stupid wizard. Actually jump mid-air. Yeah. This is not a good corrupted prison attempt. Can you, like, not hide? Since when are they hiding? Alright. I should probably heal before I do that. That means I have to go grab that eyeball. Wait, where is... Oh, God damn it. You... Well, that was close. Yeah, I'll take that. Fuck it. Heal. Absolutely hate those birds, but yeah, this was really not a good showing. Go grab that heal. Actually, it's 50%, so do the challenge rift first. Wait. If you have the Explorer's Instinct that shows you the entire challenge room, I didn't know it was a thing. I think this will kill me here. God damn it. Yep, will kill me here. Fuck, that was a really, really bad attempt at the corrupted prison. Alright, let's see if I roll this time again. Or if it's the servants. It's the servants again, so I'm not gonna roll. Let's see what I'm gonna grab or what my options. Shark is probably a no. Probably this set. Maybe that set. Anyway, I'll see that next time. For now, I thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Hope you have a nice evening. Hope you have a nice good night later on. And otherwise, have a nice weekend. Goodbye.